But let's take you to KwaZulu-Natal now because a police raid is currently underway in the Durban CBD. It's apparently focused on unlicensed foreign nationals. Watching those developments is SABC News reporter Simphiwe Makhanya, who joins us now live from the Durban CBD. And Simphiwe, it's an all too familiar sight, I imagine, but I wonder to what extent police there feel like they're actually making progress.
It is indeed, Ayanda, an all-too-familiar sight. We are today at the Durban CBD, where a disciplinary operation is currently underway. Earlier on, I did indicate that police have made quite a number of arrests, but of course, there is no official word at this very moment from officials in terms of the numbers. But the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, that's Mr. Thami Ntuli, has arrived at this particular location where we are. He has just been briefed about this part of the operation, and is going to be talking to us more about that. But what I can certainly tell you, Ayanda, before we engage the Premier, is the fact that where we are, this is a crime-ridden spot in the Durban CBD where a number of criminal activities take place here. Earlier on, of course, we saw the arrests that were conducted. A number of those who are arrested currently are basically homeless people, and in them, rather, we do still have, undocumented illegal foreigners, according to, what the other official that we spoke to said earlier on off camera. But we do have, as I indicated, Ayanda, that we do have the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, that is Mr. Thami Ntuli, who has arrived here to get a sense of really the operation that has been conducted, who's going to give us the figures in terms of how many of these alleged criminals have been arrested. But let's welcome first the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Thami Ntuli. Thank you so much, Premier, for your time. Talk to us about this operation today.
Well, thank you very much. The operation is a very important one, which is conducted by different sectors of government, but at the center are the police, the SAPS of KwaZulu-Natal, and also the Metro Police of eThekwini Metro. The purpose, in fact, was one, to deal with crime, and even people here were mushrooming the shelters illegally, wherein a lot of illegal activities are taking place. The issue of the drugs exchange taking place, and even some of the undocumented foreign nationals, they were finding their home here. Today, the police have been able, in fact, to discover 15 undocumented foreign nationals in one of the buildings here. And here you could see that people who are here, more than 200 in a very small space, who have built their shelters using the plastics, the black plastics and different materials, which is quite very unfortunate for the city to have such a bad image, which will discourage, in fact, even the tourists and the investors. I think it's an operation which is ongoing, which we are going to see going on, because we are saying in KwaZulu-Natal, there is no place for criminals. There is no place for undocumented foreign nationals. Every criminal and every undocumented foreign national must know that this province does not belong to them. They must leave KwaZulu-Natal, or they must rather stop doing crime, and they must go back to their countries and look for the documents so that they will be here officially like all others who are here officially. In fact, it's a campaign against crime and cleaning KwaZulu-Natal.
Speaking about that particular campaign, Premier, last month we saw a similar operation where at least 120 illegal or undocumented foreign nationals were arrested. What is the process in terms of that particular operation? Have they been deported? What is the status with regards to that?
Well, they were deported back, except for those who were discovered to have committed crime. They are still held up in the cells so that they answer for their actions. That is, in fact, the process that they have gone through. Not only those that were actually discovered here, also in Pietermaritzburg, more undocumented foreign nationals were also discovered. As part of them, they were deported back to their countries, and others with criminal cases, then they are still going through the process of answering to their behavior.
What do you say to critics who say that the KwaZulu-Natal government is basically targeting foreign nationals in the province?
Well, our operation is not in fact solely targeting the foreign nationals. However, we are saying we cannot overlook also that one, because that is another element which is making the province of KwaZulu-Natal not to be what the people of KwaZulu-Natal want to see. But at the same time, our operations, we also visit shops to ensure that they sell food which has not expired. Like we have seen cases of children dying because of the food that they buy in spaza shops. In fact, even the ordinary criminals, like the other operation that we made here, the police were able to arrest someone who ran away after raping someone in one of the townships here. That person was not a foreign national. We are not targeting foreign nationals. We are targeting crime as KwaZulu-Natal. We are saying we are hard in crime, as we have heard that in the actually assassinations that have recently taken place, people are being arrested, and people who try to shoot at the police are able to react successfully. I think KwaZulu-Natal, despite the fact that we still have high levels of crime, but the work that is done by the police and other departments that are cooperating with the police is quite really commendable.
I know that this particular operation is still underway, Premier, but at the moment, are you aware of the number of those that have been arrested as we speak?
Well, 15 undocumented foreign nationals were discovered in one of the buildings. Well, there are those who are not even who are staying here, who have to be attended to by the Department of Health, because all departments are here. DSD is here, Home Affairs is here, and Health Department is here. There are many departments who are here, so that whenever there is work for a specific department, the department will take over in that area.
What happens to those that are homeless, Premier, that have been arrested as we speak? Because if my memory serves me well, we've seen a number of these operations where you arrest homeless people, but a few days down the line, you see them loitering around the streets of Durban. What happens after they've been arrested?
The plan was that for those who will cooperate, they will be taken to the shelter. But for those who decided to run away, nothing could be done. It means they will continue creating problems, but our operations will continue. You know that we're approaching the festive season, and we want to assure the people of South Africa and even outside South Africa that Durban, we're cleaning Durban. They must come for the December holidays and spend time here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, because we are all working together to ensure that we render this province to them safe, especially at eThekwini, which we know that it attracts millions of people during December. We're encouraging people to come into our province. We'll be here with the police, we'll be all over, ensuring that they are safe when they visit eThekwini.
Thank you so much for your time.
No, thank you very much.
That's the Premier of KwaZulu-Natal, Mr. Thami Ntuli, who has just given us an update, Ayanda, in terms of the, today's operation with regards to clamping down on all illegal activities. I'm going to ask my colleague, Simphiwe Makhanya, to walk with me as I try and really explain the report that has been given by the Premier here. Ayanda, basically saying that they are aware that a number of illegal activities do take place around the city of Durban, but their intention is to clamp down on all illegal activities that may be, happening around the city of Durban. As I'm trying to walk with my colleague Simphiwe Ayanda, I'm trying to get to where those arrests were affected earlier on, where we saw a number of homeless people. Some of them, unfortunately, are not well, Ayanda. They have been referred to health workers here who are going to be taking over in terms of providing them with the assistance that they require. But this particular area where we are, Ayanda, we normally see a number of criminal activities taking place, and as a result, the city of Durban has just taken a decision to deploy its members of the Metro Police to really be on the lookout for a number of these, suspects who normally conduct crimes such as smash and grabs and basically thefts and hijacking in this particular part of the city. But of course, the Premier there stating that police are working tirelessly with the various stakeholders to try really and clamp down on all illegal activities in the city of Durban in particular. And of course, this operation has been ongoing, Ayanda. And with regards to that particular operation which was conducted last month, the Premier saying that those who were arrested, who were found to be in the country illegally, have been deported. But of course, you do also get those who were wanted for a number of crimes, getting themselves, involved here. The Premier saying there that those ones are undergoing court processes with those who have been charged. As you can see, in your visuals, a number of police have been deployed across the city of Durban to really try and work on this problem that many residents have been complaining about, the issue of, homeless people who sometimes find themselves on the wrong side of the law, and of course you do get those particular incidents or cases of undocumented foreign nationals happening as well, Ayanda.
Sure. One can't also help but notice, Simphiwe, the absolute decay of the part of the city where you're at now. I mean, some areas literally looking like dump sites. And I suppose these things all happen at the same time. If criminality takes over, in some ways, a lawlessness prevails and literally the place goes into ruins.
Indeed, and it's quite a problematic issue here in the province of KwaZulu-Natal. As you heard the Premier there stressing the importance of working with various law enforcement agencies to try really and clamp down on illegal activities happening in the city of Durban. And then, of course, as we approach the festive season, the Premier saying that they are concerned about these illegal activities happening because some of them, unfortunately, end up, affecting even the tourism industry in the province of KwaZulu-Natal, where you find people saying that perhaps KwaZulu-Natal is not such a safe place for me to come, which, of course, affects the economy of the province of KwaZulu-Natal. But, of course, this particular operation is an ongoing operation. Last month, a similar one was held, as I indicated earlier on. And of course, the Premier did indicate that more such operations will be conducted, particularly across the city of Durban, to try and really, win this fight against illegal activities, Ayanda.
All right, Simphiwe Makhanya, thanks very much indeed. It's a story we'll certainly keep watching with you as it continues to unfold. But for now, let's leave it there. Simphiwe Makhanya reporting live to us there from the Durban CBD.